Okay, so Ray, what is the name of the company?
Taino Transport.
And what is it that your company do? What does your
Logistic.
company? Yeah, what does your company do? I'm sorry.
We're a logistics broker.
Okay, so I'm new to the industry. I may be able to haul something. Tell me what a logistics broker does.
What we do is we put together the shipper and the carrier. We put them together so the shipper could get his product out to their customers on the other end.
So you are the clearinghouse type of entity.
Yeah,
You
we're like a middleman.
okay?
We're bringing industrial shippers, manufacturers with the carrier to get their product shipped.
Okay, so on the website, we want to talk to both sets, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So if you were going to tell a shipper that's definitely a person that knows the business, so you can talk about all of the jargon that you want in this question. How would you convince me as a shipper that you are the best? Tell me all about your business and why I should trust you.
Well, I have 23 years experience as a carrier in the industry, as an owner operator, that's an independent contractor. So I know what it takes to get from point A to point B delivering that load.
Tell me about those loads.
I've done anything from dry van to open deck, that's flatbed, step deck, specialized trailers, that is RGNs, low boys, multi-axle stretch trailers. That's the specialized part that I've done. And that they call that heavy haul and over-dimensional freight.
And you've done that for 20 plus years.
Yes.
And you've traveled.
I've traveled coast to coast, Canada, and down to the border of Mexico to deliver the freight to freight forwarders down there, and they would take it from there and bring it into Mexico.
Okay. What was the most difficult shipment that you made?
Well, the most difficult, the most challenging one,
Good.
they're all challenging in their own special way. Safety is priority one, right off the bat. Safety, safety, safety. But the most challenging one was the multi-axle that I've done with the wind energy. That's windmills,
Turbines.
turbines. I've hauled they call it a nacelle. That's a 150,000 pound piece of machinery, and that I put that on a 13 axle setup to deliver that load from the port of Houston up to Ponca City, Oklahoma.
So besides,
And the gross weight on that was 250,000 pounds.
so besides the massiveness of this and the weight, is there something that made it specifically uh, come to mind when I ask that question? Like why?
Say that again?
Why was this the one that comes to mind when I say what was the most challenging? Why was this the most challenging? Besides the dimensions and the weight that you're telling me.
Right, that and the routing that they give you. Each state gives you a certain route, and sometimes they're very small roads, and you have to share those roads with, the public. So,
Okay.
so that's where safety and your team comes in to deliver that in one piece. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And wires and electrical wires,
electrical
poles.
wires, telephone wires. That's all that stuff sometimes got to be pushed out the way and moved and to get by. So there's a lot involved.
Okay, so going back to the original trust question, so you have experience in doing the actual work, and now you have an idea as to what the runner, the one that's carrying it all, has to go through, and so to me, in my mind, it gives me a sense of I can trust this person, that this person is able to understand this process and maybe provide me with a connection. So you being the middleman, that could be a great thing, but you could hire people that may not be up to the standards that you would like. Is there any security in that? How does that work?
Well, I throughout the years, I've created a network of drivers
Wonderful.
that I know that are professional in what they do, and their work ethics are just like mine. Safety is number one.
Excellent. Okay.
So I know these guys personally. They're owner operators. They take pride in what they do, and I vouch for them. I know these guys, so
All right.
I have my own network of drivers.
I've watched those Alaska haulers. So it's like,
Oh yeah, that's good. That stuff's scary.
yeah, no. But to me, anybody who can get into a thing that big and haul anything, it's like I just let you be, man. You need the road, go. It's like all yours. I don't have a problem with that because it takes so much. Safety, starts with the little people too. Some people are just vicious. So it's amazing that more accidents don't happen. So I digress. So good. The network is a good thing. So what area are you covering?
The whole 48.
Contiguous states.
48 states.
Okay. All right. So let's say capacity wise. Let's
Are you
say.
gonna do Canada?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was asking him a question.
Okay, capacity wise, let's say, I happen to be, since I am this, big time shipper, I have certain cargo that needs to be timely, right? So it has to happen, and I might need to do like 3 runs every week. From, I don't know, it's just to make it fun, from Boston to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just a regular loads, nothing fancy, but they need to be timely, and they can't be late.
Mm-hmm.
And that is something that is an account that I need to keep, and I'm gonna trust you with it. Tell me how you would manage it to ensure that I can keep my other client happy or my customer happy.
Well, I can't promise anything because anything could happen from point A to point B. Truck breakdown, flat tire, any issues with the traffic, weather. So promising you an on-time delivery all the time, 100%, it's not possible.
Okay.
But I probably could guarantee you a good 80% on-time delivery.
Okay.
Because in this industry, anything can happen. So promising you can't promise that, to anybody.
Excellent.
I'm being honest with you.
And that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think they understand that at both ends. So what I'm doing is I'm creating an app that we have out there. We have an app that the shipper could track their own load 24 hours a day to
Wonderful.
see where that truck is.
Yes.
So they could feel at ease. You know what I mean? Instead of getting phone calls and stuff like that. And if they have if they have an issue, you know, like, hey, he's a little bit behind, they could call the driver, they could call me, and I will get on it ASAP.
Very good. Thank you for that answer. For now, I'm going to take a look and see where these pieces fit. I'm going to do all the research without plagiarizing, just to fill in. Let me stop the recording.